Huncholini in the fucking cut. Take flight. That's what you're fucking watching.
Hey, yo, what's good? It's your boy Wings of Take Flight. We out here. No introduction needed, yeah? Huncho in the building, bro.
Let's go, man. How you doing, bro?
Bro, I'm great. How are you is the real question. Appreciate you having us through your spot right now.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, it's been good, man. Sydney's been good to me, yeah.
Obviously, this is your second time back in Australia in not that long of a time, right?
Yeah.
So the first time around must have really impressed you, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
How did you find your first tour out here? Because it was also your first time in Australia, right?
Yeah.
How was that one?
I think the first tour was amazing. I think even the second was amazing as well. Now it's time to do something completely spectacular for the third time round. So, yeah, we're thinking to do something special for Sydney the next time we're out here, man. Hopefully we can get some people from Melbourne to come down here as well, just so, it's not far from here, you know what I'm trying to say? So they don't miss out.
So the third tour is already in plan?
Yeah, we just need to do it, properly. Make sure that the logistics work out, make sure that our team's in play, make sure that, we give a extravagant show with great meaning behind it, and we're trying to make it iconic, so yeah.
Absolutely, bro. Hey, your fans seem to love it each and every time, bro. I seen them go crazy the last time and this time, yeah? What are the differences you've noticed between, like, the crowds back home in the UK and your fans right here down under?
I think with me it's a bit different, I've got a very heavy core fan base, so I feel like the same love all across the board. But I think, Australia just appreciates the fact that, sometimes the artists that they fuck with, might not come down here, so they appreciate it when they do, and they show out for them. I think that's the most important thing, not a lot of people like to come to Australia per se because it's so far, isn't it? Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I think for me that's not really a factor to not come here. I think if people are listening to your music in whatever part of the world, I think you should be attending there and showing them the same love they show you. So
that's beautiful to hear. And again, the Australian fans obviously show their love back, bro. Australia obviously has taken a humongous liking, a love to the UK in general over recent years, yeah? Has there been any standout fan moments or interactions, whether it was last time or this time? Yeah?
Oh, bro, like the amount of people I've seen with my fucking face tattooed on them is crazy. Yeah, in Australia, yeah, it's mental. I think, just even performance-wise, like they're going with me word for word. And I think, those are all very good moments for me, and it feels like we're connected, so yeah.
I love that, bro. Hey, obviously this trip, you just came from your pop-up in Maryland. You connected with Loki and Proper with the Utopia range, I guess.
Yeah.
Where did that link come about, and why Proper, bro? Because obviously you haven't been releasing that much merch online as of late, I've seen, but it's a full rollout.
Yeah, I think I got a lot of respect for Loki. I think he's a good brother. I think he's really smart. He's very business-minded, and I think, for us, we wanted to bring the merch to life in Australia by using a brand that is a staple in, Australian streetwear, for example. And, me and Loki, we spoke in detail about what the designs were going to be. And, I had my input as well. So the merch came out really well, man. So I think with Proper as well, I think, they've, played a huge part in us coming out here again for the second time. So I appreciate them, man, for real.
That's beautiful. If it's not too late, cop the Proper merch, Proper
Definitely.
Utopia merch, yeah?
100%.
We can't go about talking about Utopia without talking about the album. Yeah. It only came out this year still, bro. I don't know what it's felt like for you, but it's not that long ago that it dropped, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
You released that one earlier this year. Your last one was 2019, the first Utopia. That's a big gap between a follow-up. Why did you choose now for that time to be for number 2, bro?
I think music is something that, it needs to be done properly, and it needs to be done with, due care and diligence. And I think, following up straight away with the first Utopia, if I was to drop Utopia in the year after that, I don't think it will have the same impact. And I feel like with my music, I take people to different worlds and different scenarios, and I feel like this was the perfect time to drop it. So yeah, you're right, it hasn't been that long, it's only been a few months. So for us, it's pushing the music, and that's what it's all about, really, just trying to break creative boundaries and seeing what we can do better.
And you seem to do that each and every time, as it is,
Thank
right?
you,
Yeah. Any plans, and excuse the terrible joke here, for a Utopia? A Utopia Part 3?
Unfortunately not. Sorry to break it to you guys.
Okay, it's done, bro. You mentioned in a recent interview and that you don't really get swayed by fans' opinions. Yeah? I read online that they're not always the most creative ones. Yeah? How has it been sticking to your guns with that and just going with what you believe in across the process of Utopia Part 2?
I do that all the time anyway. I feel like I think music's a really personal thing. I make music for myself and my friends. You know what I'm trying to say? So no one's opinion is going to sway my creative input into my music. You know what I'm trying to say? So
Absolutely.
I always stick by that personally. People like different versions of different artists. That's natural. Like that. So some people might not like the country version of Beyonce's music, but they like the old school Beyonce or whatever you want to call it. And it's like, how do you expect an artist to grow if they're not going to evolve? You just want them to, just kind of keep making that, and then after a while, if they keep making the same type of music, the first thing you're going to say is, the music sounds the same.
It's dead, it's dead, yeah.
It just sounds the same. So it's like, it's almost a game that you cannot win. But I don't even kind of pay attention to that. I'm just focused on just kind of growing and, having more of a creative input into what I do and making sure that I stick true to the sound and evolve that. And make sure that the younger generation and the generation that is, into music understand what growth is and what evolution is within music. So
I think that's something a lot of artists could learn from these days, because that's how we end up with new sounds, right?
Yeah,
it's the artists evolving, being able to do what the fuck they want to do.
Of course.
On Utopia, bro, your daughter features on the intro.
Yeah.
You've also said I've read in an interview, she's learned to use FaceTime and the rest of it, right? What's it like balancing the music life and now the father life, especially considering you're on the opposite side of the world?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm trying to call them right now. I'm trying to call her right now and trying to see her. It's been hard, it's a 9-hour difference. So where we're doing shows and then, we're going to after parties, coming back, we'll get here and, she'll be asleep back in the UK. So it is really tough, but I think she's at an age where she understands, she's very mesmerized by the fact that her dad sings to people. That's what she, that's her angle. She's like, what? Like, she's like proper, gassed about it. So I think she understands, and, I've showed her all the gifts that I've bought her from, just traveling this last couple weeks, so it definitely is hard, innit? But it's not anything that I can't overcome. I love my daughter a lot, and I think in life you have to make certain sacrifices, more time, which is something like time, to build a future for your offspring. So yeah.
And one day you should be able to look back and tell exactly what the fuck you done, because it's been documented so well, right?
100%.
Absolutely, bro. Still on Utopia, you got Burberry, right?
Yeah.
Featuring, I've forgotten his
Low
name.
Shimmy.
Low Shimmy from Florida. Low Shimmy from Florida, bro, yeah?
Yeah? From Florida, yeah.
Look, over the years, UK has been hard to digest in certain parts of the world, just like Australia's rap is, right?
Yeah.
But as of late, they're really starting to feel what UK is doing in America, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that shift? And is there any part of you that's now trying to catch them with what you're doing?
To be honest, I think the type of music that I make, a lot of Americans understand what I'm trying to say, what I'm saying. And I think, when it comes down to melodic trap, rap music, it's just easily digestible when it comes down to, things like accents don't really kind of sway the listener. Depending on the delivery, and I think I deliver my music in such a way where yes, you can tell that I'm British, but I'm not putting on an accent to make myself sound American. I'm just keeping it a buck and keeping it myself. And I think definitely is eyes on the UK. I think, and I think that's a good thing. I think a lot of big, massive UK artists have a part to play in it, and it's good because it sheds light on the rest of the artists in the UK. So I think it's getting to a place where now people are kind of open to listening to music from the UK, from America. I think even for someone like myself and people like us, I think what it is as well is I listen to a lot of European music, bro. I listen to a lot of French rap. I listen to a lot of Spanish rap. I listen to people like Morad, if you've heard of him. I listen to Jul. I listen to any Italian rappers like Baby Gang and so on and so forth. And it's like, yes, there's a language barrier, but I feel like music itself is a language, and you don't need to understand the language for you to understand the music. Obviously you can look at the lyrics later on and see what they're talking about, but that's kind of my concept on it. So yeah.
I don't think anyone could have said or described it any fucking better, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, before we get off the American thing real quick, you feature on a song called Trap Queen. Fetty Wap is almost out of jail.
Yeah.
Could we see that being a thing one day, bro?
I actually don't think so.
No, it's done.
Yeah, the song Trap Queen is actually with a good friend of mine called Jay Avalanche. I got a lot of love for him. He's a fucking mental guy. He's absolutely fucking mental, but I love him. And you know, he's just come out of a long stint in prison, and he's come out and he's, you know, doing very well. He's actually streams as well. He does live Twitch streams, and you know, we linked up, made the song, and I was really happy with it. And you know, he surprised me as well. Like he's done his thing on the song. So yeah.
Hey, beautiful, bro. Let's go. Look, have to talk about the mask, bro. Can't have you in an interview and not talk about the mask.
Of course.
You can't. You've spoken about it already, and it being for privacy and the rest of that, right? Yeah. Has there ever been a situation, I don't know if this is possible, where someone's shown you your own music when you're not wearing your mask?
No, but I've been in situations where I'm sitting in my car or something, like before I go somewhere, and I'm by myself, and cars pull up and they're just banging my shit out. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
And inside you're like, that's me, and they have no fucking idea.
I remember the first, I dropped a song one time, and I think it was Tranquility this time, yeah. And it even happened to me with Important. I'm driving somewhere and I'm in traffic, so the car next to me, which is going in the opposite direction, it's playing the song out loud, and I'm, you know, he's looking at me as well. I've put down my window. I was like, "What song is that?" He goes, "Oh, it's called da 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 da." But I'm Huncho. I was like, "Say no more, love, bro." Like, I just like being a little troll, innit? But yeah, those are the type of situations I get into.
I hope that guy's watching this right now.
I hope he's watching this.
I hope he's watching this right now. Have you, obviously the mask has evolved over time.
Yeah.
Can you see it evolving any more in the near future?
I don't think so. I feel like it's reached its final form for me, and I feel like, you know, my good friend Lucian Clark was the one that kind of, you know, evolved it into where it is now. And for the people that don't know, he's a skater, he's amazing, he's a fashionista, he's a creative, he's got his own brands, he's just an amazing human being. So I think, you know, this is kind of a nod to what he does as well, as we're both creatives, and he really loves my music. You know, he's supported my music for a long time, so I don't see it evolving past this unless there's any brands that I fuck with. Like, say, like I would love to, you know, if it was to evolve, I would love a brand like, say, Burberry, which is unapologetically England, London, you know what I'm trying to say, to get involved and do something, or even a brand like Montclair. I think, you know, if they were to have their take on the Huncho mask,
could be like a special edition type thing.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
special show or something like that.
100%.
Speaking of importance, then, of its importance, especially this one, have you ever lost it in like a very special situation? Like you need it for a show, right? You can't.
Yeah, we lost our luggage didn't turn up to one of the shows, so we had to get someone to fly out to one of a festival in Switzerland, I think, or Finland. That's it, Finland. Yeah.
What, flew out additional one?
So we obviously, the suitcase that it was in, it got lost in transit, so we had to wait for it to come back to us, and it was going to take too long, so we had to get someone to get the mask and then fly out to Finland and link us.
The things you do, bro.
The things
you got to do to stay here you are,
do,
bro.
yeah.
Hey, the mask is obviously iconic in its own right now, but somewhat leaning towards equally iconic, and it's funny, my camera guy right now is wearing this, is the Nokia 3310 bulletproof vest.
That t-shirt is too hard as well.
Right,
like,
we'll take a photo and put you in the interview right now, Sebs. Shout out Sebs behind the camera. Hey, how did the 3310 come around, especially 3310 bulletproof vest come around?
I think, my creative director, his name is Jaffa. You know, I got a lot of respect for him, got a lot of love for him. He's really cool. He thinks so outside the box, bro. He doesn't even know there is a box. So, you know, he made the vest and he gave it to me. He's like, bro, go and put that on. You know what I'm trying to say? So he was like, put it on, come link me for a photo shoot. And we just gone to the local fucking corner shop and just done a few photos, and it went viral. And I think, you know, there's a cool concept to the fact that, you know, the 3310 was considered an unbreakable phone. You know what I'm trying to say? And having that on a bulletproof, on a I guess, instead of a bulletproof vest, it kind of signifies like also, you know, what that phone was kind of used for. You know, a lot of the time for trapping, a lot of the time for illicit activities, I guess. So there's many meanings behind it, but yeah, I want to big up my guy Jaffa for that one as well, man. He done a good job with that one.
Shout out to him. Is he who dropped the shirts too, or was he just a designer?
Yeah, he's the guy that dropped the shirts. He designed the shirts as well. I think even with the shirts, he's done it like proper well. Like it looks so sick.
Bro, it looks good, man.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to that guy.
I've got mine as well. Like I don't even know where it is. I need to
shirt?
find it. Yeah.
Oh, here? Okay. Bro, he's repping for you. It's
Yeah,
all
come
good. We'll
on.
put you in the shot, Sebs. I don't know your age, but Nokia 3310 Snake 2 was like one of our favorite all-time
No,
games.
I was too young for the 3310 to be honest with you. Yeah.
Fair. All
Well,
right.
how old are you? Fuck hell, motherfuckers is old.
Bro, I'm so
No, I'm
old,
joking,
bro. How old
no.
are you?
I'm not that old.
Fuck, bro.
But no, honestly, like obviously I remember the 3310, but like I didn't personally
Yeah.
like have one. My time was kind of more this 6230i and shit like that. It was a bit more like started becoming savvy, like, do you know what I mean? That's when Nokia decided to kind of become
Spice things up a bit.
spice things up, and they had that rectangle phone, if you remember it, shit like that. So
No, all good. All right. Look, you're known for the mask. You're known for who you are. You're known as M Huncho. M Huncho behind the mask. What is like something or a few of your favorite things that your fans don't know or may not expect that you're into?
fucking hell, that's a good question. Fashion.
I think that's a given. I've seen your Instagram, bro. It's fly as fuck shit going on
Thank
there. You know what I mean?
I like to go to the gym. I fell off it for a bit, but I've locked in. I think
fair.
I've put in a lot of work in the last year in the gym. So yeah, I think I've made it like a good routine. What else should I say? Fucking hell, I don't want to be stagnant in one place. I like traveling a lot, even though I haven't done it in recent time a lot, but I do like traveling a lot, so there's that. And I do love cars, bro. I'll tell you that for free. I do love a mean whip, so yeah. I've got a lot of interest, bro, but I even like reading. Like I'm a weird guy.
Favorite book?
It depends, bro. Am I speaking to like normal book readers, or am I speaking to expert book readers?
Yeah, look, bro. The only
To
book
normal. Go on. No, you
the
go.
only book I promise I've ever read since like as an adult age is like the Stone Cold Steve Austin biography.
I haven't read that, but I heard it's good.
It was hard.
I like the Shoe Dog book by the person who created Nike.
Okay.
Nike, yeah, that's a good book. But I like a book called Crime and Punishment. It's done by an author called Fyodor Dostoevsky. It's like proper old school Russian novels type shit.
That's one. If I decide to pick up a book, that's the one then.
Yeah,
alright?
you need to read it in a certain order as well. So maybe research it and read it. It's a complex read, but it's good.
We'll take that one in, bro. Again, only a few more left. I don't want to hold you too long,
you're good,
but
man.
Northwest London is where you're coming from, right?
Yeah,
I did read that you're building a studio out there.
yeah.
Is there any more in that situation? Any more coming about from that, bro?
Not for now, no.
No?
For now, we just want to make one kind of, one place, one zone, one creative hub, and we'll see how it goes from there. I don't want to, kind of promise on something that I'm not gonna
I get it.
deliver on. So yeah, even though I've done that in the past many times, but yeah, definitely.
Oh, good. And personal query: Northwest London to the rest of London, bro.
Yeah,
What's the main differences between?
we're very unapologetically Northwest Londoners. You
Okay.
can't tell us, oh yeah, but you're from North London. We'll just correct you and say, no, we're not though. We're from Northwest. I think we come from probably a borough that's the second most diverse. Definitely top 5 most diverse boroughs in the whole of the UK. And I think just having that much multiculturalism allows people to know, and learn about other people's cultures. And I think we're also embedded within each other's cultures, where it's like, it's fucked, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no segregation per se. Everyone's kind of like together. There's a lot of togetherness.
That sounds good to me, man.
Yeah, that's good,
that
man.
sounds
You
good,
don't find that nowadays, to be
Yeah,
honest.
okay.
And I think through the thick and thin of it, when it comes down to just, how the world is right now, I think, we come from like very deprived areas and deprived places. And I feel like just growing up there, it's just like we've created this kind of like, it's kind of like essence, like whether you're from that side of Northwest or there, like everyone has, mutual friends. It's really small where I'm from.
I can see why you're proud to and want to be known as you're from Northwest.
Yeah,
London,
no, yeah,
right?
100%,
Yeah?
100%.
I want to finish up, bro. Australia is known for, like, you know, being down under, kangaroos, the rest of it, right?
Of course.
Recently, bit of an issue with UK artists out here. Has that changed the tone from artists in the UK to how they see down under since that? If you even know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I kind of do get the gist of what you're talking about, but to be honest with you, like, I don't know what other UK artists think, but I don't really give a shit.
No.
I just mind my I just mind my business. I come here, do my job, and fuck off. I think as a human being, I don't really I move a very particular way, and you know, I really I'm really proper vigilant about what I do, who I speak to, so on and so forth, and whatever. So I just think all artists should just know how to move in general. I think that's the best way to do it, no matter what country you're in. And I don't think people have any negative perception of Australia after anything.
That's a positive, because again, Australia has so much love for the UK. The last thing we want is for people to start thinking a type of way. You get me?
No, I don't think people think a type of way. I know Sydney's hot in general as well. It's got its own problems. But yeah, I don't think it sways anyone from making the decision to not come here. I think, you know, people just need to stay grounded, just focus on themselves, and shit happens. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like you can't knock anyone for, you know, shit happening or something going wrong. You know, this is life. You know, shit happens. So yeah, that's kind of my take on it. Yeah.
Last thing, bro. What's coming? What's the rest of 2025 look like for Huncho, bro?
Well, we've got music dropping. We've shot a video in Tokyo. We're possibly going to shoot another video in Australia while we're here.
Come on.
And yeah, I'm getting ready to release a project. So
let's go.
Just you know, getting the creatives in play. Just going to finish off the mixtape and. Yeah, you're going to see anyway. We're going to make a lot of noise, to be honest.
Run it the fuck up, kind
just
of
like
thing,
Utopia too, we made a lot of fucking noise, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? I
Hey,
appreciate
you having me through,
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it, man.
It's your boy Wings, Huncho's Take Flight, yeah?
Come on.
Hey, we are.